Hello.
I took your host away, but you can take it back, Kim.
I don't really want it, girl. You can have it. Hey, Donna.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Good. I got your heart today. Thank you. It warmed me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll give people, it's a lot more people than this. So I'm going to give it maybe, where are we at? Are we at 8 yet? Nope.
No, it's not even 8 yet. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a few more minutes and we'll let other people come. But I was making sure everybody had both their books.
And the workbook.
And yeah, the workbook and the reference book. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Who else is here? Oh, there's somebody. Wait, I don't need, do I need that?
Okay. It's 8 o'clock. And we're recording, so they can go back and take a look at what they missed if they come in a little bit later. Yeah. So did everybody finish their homework?
Yep.
Good. We got some. And what'd you think?
Learn some things.
Me too, right? Yep.
A few surprises on the way.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You never thought like stitches, you could do the same knit stitch 3 different ways and still, wouldn't twist your stitches. They would be okay. You just can't do all 3 of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kim, you had told us to take a look at the bag of tricks and kind of try to, start reading it or whatever.
Right.
And I don't know if anybody else got stumped, we'll put it nicely, on the gauge section.
Well, that's what we're gonna
it was overwhelming. Like I'm skipping this part.
You can't. We can't.
No, I do fine. I mean,
yeah.
I'm so confused. So.
And we're going to talk about that though, because the minute you see an algebra equation, what do? We take off running.
Yeah, well, I did.
Yeah. But I promise you, the math that she's giving you, she's giving it to you in a way that it may be confusing, but in the same time, it makes sense.
Well, you'd think, but not for me. Okay. I hope there's someone else that was as confounded by this as me.
It was in depth. The minute I seen algebraic equations, I'm like, oh, I'm going to lose a lot of people this week. But she even gives you examples, like real life examples of what she's talking about that has nothing to do with knitting. So you can kind of like, oh, okay. I see why she's saying that.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm looking forward. I'm hoping Kate Atherley, Pam and Beth were talking about it, that she has made a book that's coming out, I don't know, at the end of the year or something.
Yes.
And it's for knitters math. And Kate can be intense. And she's very specific.
She is.
In her teaching, but I'm betting you that will shine through in the written word, and maybe it won't scare me so bad.
Right. We're gonna get you together, girl. Don't worry about it.
I hope so.
Don't let it bother you. We're gonna take a step. That's why we're taking so much time in between the chapters, so you can really dig deep. good into what you're saying. I think I gave a gauge class about maybe 2 years ago. And when you say you get that aha moment, at first it's like, oh my God, what is she talking about? But then
Yeah.
you get that aha moment.
It seemed
Like-
so easy before I read all that. I thought,
Yeah,
Lord.
it is. Teacher Kim, I want to introduce you to my friend Jean. I invited her today and she's here.
Hey, Gina, where you
Gina,
at,
where
girl?
is she?
Oh,
Right
yeah,
here.
she's there.
There,
Hey,
she's
Gina.
waving. She's
Right
here. Waving.
Hi.
Oh, look
Welcome.
at, and Miss Pam's here too. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I'd make an appearance.
Yeah,
you.
I gotta be on good behavior
That's
tonight.
nice.
I gotta be on good behavior tonight. My boss is here.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a week behind.
We're gonna catch you
I
up.
just started this week, so I'm gonna need some catch up time, Kim.
Well, actually, just kind of listen. We're gonna go over like some of the stuff. Like I said last week, it's not a class. We all in it together.
Right.
We're gonna get some of the swatchervations and some of the things you felt from this week. So you'll have time to catch up. You'll have 2 swatches to do instead of 1, Woo.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because next month or until our next session, we're gonna dig into chapter 2.
Okay.
Right.
And there's another swatch you have to do in chapter 2.
Okay.
And then we're going to take bite sizes of all of those equations. I think there's 9 of them. And we're going to just see what they mean. And even by it being all of us, like one person may be able to explain it a different way on how they got it. And it might help you get it. So we're all in this together. We ain't letting nobody leave. We're going to make it through these equations.
Okay.
Yep. Because some of them, like me, I ain't seen them in 30 years. So, but we'll get through
Something.
it. So let me see those swatches. Yes.
Got none.
Yes. I think that's a good picture
Nice.
of all those swatches. Hold them up for me.
Nice.
Ooh.
I can't tell you how many people were in the shop this week. I got to get home and finish my homework for camp.
Right. They don't want to go in the no room because I can't get them out.
I know it.
Right.
Some of
So-
us did it today.
So today,
All good.
good. Well, you ready? You was ready.
I was.
Mm-hmm. So for I just want to let's go through some of the questions and find out some of the things you guys realized out of doing these exercises. Like first, what did you realize about your knit stitch? Did anybody think their knit stitch was a different size than their purl stitch?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Yes.
Mhm. Did anybody have height adjustments, like where their knit stitches were even taller or their purl stitches were even taller than their knit stitches? Did you really realize that? Like we knit purl. Who thinks that these stitches are taller than each other? And that what may be causing curling when you just knit. And
Well,
you want,
I realized that I like my garter better when I purl than when I knit. And I actually like knitting
Me
more
too.
than purling.
right.
My garter with the pearl, I mean, it is gorgeous. It's
It
more
is.
bold,
Is it a bigger,
bigger.
fluffier stitch than when you just knit?
Yeah,
Yes,
I realize
yes.
too.
and it's wider. I
The
mean,
waves are bigger
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree. I realize the
and
same.
it's stretchier.
yeah.
And I also always knew that when you do ribbing, it's gonna draw it in. Well, that's what it's supposed to do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But did you know when you did stockinette, it was gonna draw it in?
No, I didn't know that.
No, that
Yeah,
surprised
but it
me.
did.
Little
Very
bit,
surprised.
yeah.
It did coming from the garter. Yeah, it did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It looks like the ribbon did too.
Yeah, the ribbing always
Yeah.
kind of draws it in but that's why, because you're knitting your purl
Really?
stitches are different sizes. It does what it's supposed to do. Yep. It makes
one of the things that I noticed that I didn't like is my edges
Oh, I hate
on
my
the
edges.
knit portion are
Mhm.
they're sloppy.
Well, yep,
They're sloping, all of them.
yep,
They're very sloppy.
they
You
are.
know,
But
it's
on
like
the pearls,
on the pearl, they're nice and
straight,
precise, and they're
tall.
not all sloppy.
Yep.
Right. I noticed that too, and I wonder if that's why a lot of patterns tell you to slip the first stitch
Mm-hmm.
before
Well,
you're
it,
gonna knit
it could
stockinette.
be. Well, I'm glad it's not just my method that's causing that, but
No.
is there a way we can fix it?
To keep
I
the
thought it was the
stitches
opposite.
uniform. Well, that's what she says.
Those
Like, what are you gonna do to make your stockinette stitch better? Like, that's what.
no, my stockinette is good. No, it's not. That first one is still yucky.
Yeah, she asked both
Yeah.
garter and stockinette. Like, what are you
Yeah.
gonna
I
do
think in another lesson, she's going to teach you how to make them better.
better?
Oh, let's hope so.
Yeah,
Well,
because this was
I
just.
mean, my thought was, I think I'm gonna start always slipping a stitch, even if the
Mhm.
pattern doesn't tell you to do it,
Not a bad idea.
because it just makes a nice uniform edge.
Yeah, but yeah, for now, she asked you not to do that. She wanted you to see how bad it is.
Right, first, and then
Right.
she's probably gonna tell you to slip it to get. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm like
But
I said,
doesn't that slip stitch, isn't it taller? Wouldn't that make
I think it would even it
difference in
out
some?
because
Even
I
it
think it would
out.
kind of even out the rows. Like
Mm-hmm.
I have a project I'm doing that has a slip stitch at the beginning, and it kind of evens it out.
Yeah.
Like if you can see, slipping, it kind of evens out the rows better.
Yeah.
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 I
So
think for
That
something
that
that's
wouldn't
not
work
going,
if you were like seaming though, would it?
it helps for
Would
when
it
you
matter?
too because
That'd be
you
good.
the V's on the side so that you're not trying
Right.
to find what's the next stitch on that side of that garter you can go into and make
Right.
it even. It kind of sets the playing field up so that you could pick up those stitches and do an easier border and not have to dig.
Yeah, I don't slip that stitch. I just knit the first and last stitch on each row, and that makes it easier for me to seam.
To see
I
them?
see that ladder. I can see that
Mhm.
ladder.
yeah,
What if
for
you-
seaming, the knit one stitch at the front and the back is good because if you're doing mattress stitch, you can pick it up, but it's not good for seaming in general, is everything I've read, and I've had trouble seaming when I have that edge. I use that slip stitch for a decorative edge, like something like a scarf, some
Mhm.
blanket, because it does make a nicer edge, at least for me,
Right.
than garter stitch.
Mhm. Yep. That even the slip one with the yarn in front. Gives you-
Yes,
yes.
and then I knit it through the back loop.
Yeah,
Right.
Mhm.
I was
For
going
the
to say
first
knit
stitch.
through the back loop.
For the first stitch, and then you go
Mhm.
across, and then you slip the last stitch with yarn in front.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So what about the seed stitch?
I love it.
I love it, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the
Mhm.
way it looks. I don't
Yeah.
love doing it.
Right,
but-
exactly.
Mhm.
I love
Like
doing
the
it.
way it looked, didn't like doing it.
Mhm.
Oh, but I'm learning continental knitting. Thank you very much, Kate.
It does make it easier
Yeah.
to do that seed stitch. That's continental.
Slowly. I'm
Slow.
doing
Oh,
it
yeah, definitely.
very slowly, but
Yeah.
it worked.
Yep. And I like the way the seed stitch, you look at it on the front side, I mean, you see but if you look at it on the back side, did you notice it's kind of seamless? Like you can't see through it. Like the stitches are so dense on the back
It's true.
in comparison to the front.
They look the
Yeah.
same in mine, back and front.
My front ones are,
No, there is a difference, isn't
yeah,
there?
there's definitely a difference.
Yeah.
Like this is the
Not
front,
that much, but
Yeah.
this is the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look
Yeah.
the same in mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my back ones are a little tighter. Is that what
They're
you were
tight,
saying, Kim?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a tighter thing, but it's a beautiful stitch. But
Yeah.
as long as you don't ask me to do a whole sweater,
Right.
like a speed stitch, I think I could handle it.
Yeah.
Yep. So I learned one more thing. Like what Eastern, Western, who the heck heard Eastern, Western? I
Yeah.
thought it was continental
Mhm.
and English.
Right.
Yeah.
World is Eastern, Western.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eastern and Western is stitch mount.
I'm
Continental and English is the way you throw your yarn.
right. Right. Okay. Come on, tell me that one more time.
The Eastern and Western is stitch mount,
Mm-hmm.
but the English and Continental is the way you throw your yarn.
Or
Right.
where you hold your yarn.
Yeah.
The way you
Wait,
hold
yeah.
your yarn.
Whether you
Yeah.
pick it or
Right.
throw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I learned, that I'm also, not only am I a continental knitter, I'm also an English knitter. So
Yeah.
I learned that. Did anybody learn what they were?
I knew what I was.
Yeah.
What was you, Barbara?
I am continental.
Yeah.
I'm English, it
Right.
says.
I'm a
mixed up.
combination knitter.
Yeah,
I
I'm a
would say I'm a
continental knitter too.
combination
I'm a
knitter.
combination.
Some people,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm really mixed up.
The only time we don't like the
continental,
combination,
and
like,
I'm continental, and I only learned that because when I took my first knitting class, that's what he taught us, and I didn't know the difference. So I'm like, okay, that's how you knit.
That's what I am.
Yep.
Did anybody, after learning the different ways, want to change their way of knitting?
Nope.
Oh, you still like, you don't want to go under the stitch versus where the
Oh, no,
no?
no.
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
For me,
I had a
it
mini
made my
panic
hand
attack
hurt
last
more.
night over that.
How
Just
could-
reading the instructions of I would have to
Uh-huh.
willy-nilly do 2 rows of just my brain just went clunk, and I'm like, I can't do that. How do I do this? Do I do 2 stitches at a time and then I switch to the other? Literally last night went like, my brain does not compute. I hated those 2 rows like no one's business today.
Wow.
Because in my head, that's not how you do it. You follow rules. Patterns are rules. So I mean, I just, yeah,
Yeah.
Patterns
I
are
didn't like that.
suggestions.
Right, but then you realize it's the same stitch.
It is,
Mhm.
yes.
Whether it's just where the stitch is going to come out at. Whether I go over or under, it's still a purl or it's still a knit.
It's
But
to
it
suspend
twisted it on the,
Jimmy Kimmel because he suggested that Tyler Robinson, the suspected
Can you mute
Got the
yourself?
news on. Yeah.
Somebody's got the news, yeah, in the background.
I'm about to text the person.
Who is it? Tell me.
No.
Yeah.
yeah, I got it done, but
Okay.
you know, I start my top-down sweaters doing continental, and then when I switch to the body after sleeve separation, then I switch to English. Because it's less twisting on my wrist and it saves my wrist.
Oh, the
Do you
kid.
find
even
there's, do you
in
find
the
that there's a difference in their tension?
No,
No.
Does your
not
gauge
noticeable.
change?
Not that I've noticed, no.
You're very lucky, Barbara, because for a
Right.
lot
Yeah,
of people,
she is.
Yeah.
there's a real difference in
I
between.
am
You're very lucky. Yeah.
when I need English, and I am loose as it can be when I do continental. It's completely different for me.
And I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one, I can't necessarily, when I look at it, one doesn't seem tighter or looser than the other.
Yeah.
And nobody has pointed out going, wow, your gauge really shifted. So,
If
and
they do,
I knit,
they're too close.
I knit with a group of gals that they're very nice people, but they
Yeah,
They
pointed out.
let you know, girl.
They
Yes,
would
they
point it
would.
out. Oh my.
So,
Yeah, my gauge is very different when I English knit. And
Mhm.
I'm really not good at it. I got a little better because I made that cowl that they announced And I said I was determined to learn how to use both. You know, one color with English and one color with Continental, because if not, I would have been swinging and picking up yarn for days. But I noticed that my stitches are a lot looser, and I had to pay closer attention when I was using my left hand. But I don't really swing either. I kind of flick.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So it's not a whole lot of hand movement.
Yeah.
Like some
Shoulder.
people, you know,
Yeah, you
I ain't doing
get
all
your shoulder wore out.
I just kind of flick. Yeah, right. I'm not trying to work out. I'm not. But yeah.
To do that. I don't know, maybe I went too far ahead, but I noticed that Patty was saying when you do swatch, and if you don't get a count that you need or your gauge at 4 inches, to go up to 5 inches or 6 inches, and then try different needles from like wood to metal to the plastic or whatever,
Yeah, I think that's neat.
to get gauge.
I read that almost in chapter 3.
Did you? Yeah. My thing is with these yarn companies where we get the yarn, when you have to do that swatch where you need to either soak it or spray it and block it and, you know, prep it and see how you like it, do they allow so much extra in? You know, like if you buy a sweater quantity, do you have to buy like a little extra to go and get so you can do a gauge?
No, my 9 times out of 10, when you get a sweater pattern, they have told you needed more yarn than you needed anyway.
Okay.
But I
Is
always
it like
say,
10%? Pam and Kim, you guys probably know. Like,
it's different amounts per designer. Some designers tell you 10%, some will maybe tell you 8%, but there's always an added in because they don't want you to run out of yarn on their pattern.
Yeah.
I will say,
I always buy an extra skein. I don't care what it says. I am not going to have problem with dye line.
Too, because I always want my garments longer. Like I have a long torso, so where they tell me to stop ain't never. It's all up in my business. So I always get an extra skein just so I can cover a little bit more of my business with it.
Right. I will say though that like if somebody brings in a skein of yarn or we are unboxing something and something feels a little light, you know, the yarn companies won't do anything about it if it's within a 10% margin. So that's what the industry standard is for a skein of yarn, is that it has, you know, whatever the label says, it has to be plus or minus 10%.
Okay.
Very rarely do we see anything show up like that. But
Right.
Yeah.
When it does, they were like, they want to know how much it is, and then if it's within the plus or minus 10%. So
yeah. Okay.
I would also, when you do your gauge swatch, I always keep it. I've been in a predicament where I've been at the end of something and needed that much, and I'll take that gauge swatch apart in a minute and complete it. So don't just toss your gauge swatch. I keep it in my project bag until the project is over.
Yeah. Do you have to then, because it's been crimped and stuff in that gauge swatch, do you then have to re-wet it to get it to work into your project, your sweater? No,
never.
No problems, huh?
None whatsoever. Because normally it's not gonna be, if it's more than 2 rows on your project, you're gonna need more than a gauge swatch anyway.
that's right. Yeah.
So it's normally just a little, maybe you're short just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
To do that.
Or I want to add one more row to my ribbing or something like that.
Right. Like, oh my God, I'm right here in the middle of my last row ribbing and now run out. I'll go take that gauge swatch and take it straight apart before I'll buy another skein.
Yeah.
Got to really be short in order. And most patterns, like I said, are padded.
Yeah.
If they tell you need 1,800 yards, you probably only need 1,650. You know,
yeah.
Because they don't want you to run out and say, well, you said this pattern was this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. The other thing I didn't know was that your cast on row is your first row.
It depends on
on your cast on.
Depends if you cast on.
What method you cast on with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
To
it's
do
some that
that.
if you do what's the one where you do
Long tail cast on.
what the long tail cast on,
Long
you do
tail.
a row.
Is a row.
Yeah,
It isn't a
No,
row?
back
it is.
It is.
It
Long
It
is.
is a row.
Okay.
Oh, it
okay.
But
is?
back loop cast on is not.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it depends on your cast on method where you gain a row.
Okay. Yeah, because some patterns will say cast on, and then they'll say, well, knit 10 rows. So then
Mhm.
is it really 9 rows? That's what everybody says it a little bit different.
It really is because you'll have your first row of knits already sitting there for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right,
And when you
because
turn,
some
you'll be able to
designers
see
will
that.
have you cast on and then the pattern starts with row 1.
Yep.
Mhm.
You know, so you just
And
don't.
sometimes, and what's good is if they say right side or wrong side, because
Mhm.
sometimes the first row is the wrong side also.
Yes.
So if the
Yeah.
pattern doesn't say that, you're kind of like,
Yep. well, we're gonna have this, we're gonna wear this on the outside because I didn't have a sweater and I realized I wasn't supposed to be there. But it
Yeah.
normally, like when you look at the swatch, you can really tell what your right side and your wrong side is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
So if it says
For sure.
start your next row on right side, you know your right side.
unless
And
it,
don't. The best thing to do is when you first start knitting is to put a marker on the front side so that you can
Yeah.
always tell
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
what side you're working on.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
what I usually do because
Mhm.
sometimes it's not obvious,
It's
like
not.
depending
Yeah,
on
in the
the stitches.
beginning
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
to do
agree.
that. To do that.
Yep.
And I tried casting on in rib, to knit 1, purl 1,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and that was fun too.
It
And
was
it had a nice finish.
fun for me. It wasn't fun for me.
It wasn't.
I remember that day. It was not fun.
Yeah, no.
Could
I thought
cast
that
on
was
a hat like
interesting.
that because it makes your ribbing better for a hat.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
cast on in the rib that you're gonna rib in. But I
And it was nice and stretchy, just
It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare.
That was
It was.
well, to do like 200 stitches, I don't think would be fun.
Exactly.
But to do, 20 or 30 is, not
Yeah,
hard.
120 was not fun. It wasn't. It's a day I remember.
Yeah.
so
A day in infamy.
what other cast-ons are considered a first row then?
Oh wow.
A knit on,
Cable cast on.
Yep.
a cable cast on, a knit cast on,
Mhm.
Long
are they
tail.
all first row?
A German.
An I cord cast on.
Oh wow, yeah, that one. Well, not really.
No.
If you have an I-cord cast on, you're gonna pick up
I
those
guess it would
stitches to knit your
just
first.
be an edge.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
no, I would say no for
Okay.
that.
Okay.
But challenge me. Find me somewhere written where it says it is. I'm just trying to visually think
Yeah.
which ones. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't say an I-cord. But you make me think. I'm gonna have to look it up now. Next time I'll have some cast-ons that incorporate the first row. Yep. All right, where we at?
Yeah, where are we?
We talked about the ribbing. Oh, I know it. We talked about the seed stitch. Who tried to knit with their eyes closed?
Oh.
No, I'm not that brave.
Stephanie can do it.
And I was amazed that I could do the parrot, but not the knit. When the mount was reversed. If the mount was reversed, I can do the parrot, but not the knitting. I with my eye closed.
It was actually an eye opener that I could feel those stitches and know when I had to knit through the back or knit through the front because they weren't sitting right there to go in my needle.
Right.
Like I do stuff like watch TV with the lights off and movies with the lights off, and I knit, and I never really pay attention to your knitting. But with those stitches backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards, and having to like when you do that, you already
Yeah, you really have to feel them.
yeah, you had to feel, but I could really feel it. Like on top of the fact that I really didn't want to do it. It was like, what knit with my eyes closed?
Yeah.
Like, what is this lady doing now? Like, but
Well,
once
if you're knitting and not looking, like looking at a screen or knitting in the dark, you kind of got your eyes closed. I mean, I would think it's kind of the same thing if you're not looking at your knitting.
it is, but your stitches are always going the same direction. So what she had us do was knit one with
Right,
going
exactly.
One way and then the other.
yeah. So they're all designated on your stitches differently. So when you get to the stitch and you're just filling and you can't just put the needle in, like, okay, that one's backwards. Let me go the
But
other
you're
way.
still filling the stitches.
Yeah.
When
Well,
you're knitting, you're still
Yeah.
filling the stitches.
I never really feel the stitches.
No, I don't either. Maybe if
No,
a
don't
thicker
touch the
yarn like a
stitches at
DK or
all.
worsted, I could, but not
Yeah, but to
not
actually
lace.
close my eyes and concentrate on how
Yeah.
those stitches were designated on my needle. And to be able to get to the end and done it. I was like, okay, girl. She got something going here.
And you can tell the
No, I
difference.
didn't do
It's
that.
really
you can
nice, like
You tell
the
the
hat
difference.
and the round and the combination knitting because I didn't know any different. I just did it because I didn't have anybody really teach me how to do it because I'm continental. But and then I read a book with Annie Modisette, wrote a book about combination knitting, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not knitting wrong.
Right.
I see everybody else knitting different, and I'm like, okay, well,
Right. When she told me to knit those stitches and throw the yarn under the stitch, I was like, no, see, I would have told the whole class that was wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going the right way. I'm gonna need you to do this the right way if we're gonna do the knitting thing.
Yeah.
But to come up with the same, your stitches are just orientated differently. I think was an eye opener too.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you designed a pattern, would that be something you could do like a section?
I think
Twist to stitch?
I think you would definitely have to have something in the abbreviation section of the stitches.
Yeah.
Explaining like she did exactly with one of these little photos like she had.
Yeah.
Telling you which way the stitches should look and everything. I think that would definitely have to be included in the design or you would lose it. Or they would lose the thought.
Yeah.
I would do it my own way if that wasn't there.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, Kim, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I noticed on my stockinette, I dropped a stitch because there's like a little hole in my stockinette. But yet I always had the right number of loops on my needle because I started off with 25. So is that possible? You can drop a stitch, but still have the same right number of loops?
You probably added it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because there's like a little hole here and it just, and I can tell from the back, like there's.
It's a drop stitch. Can you see the stitch down there? Normally you can see it popped up in the work.
Yeah, because the front of it is there's like a little tiny hole where
it should. If you really dropped a stitch at that point, you may not have dropped a stitch. You may just have an what I want to say, an uneven knit in there, like maybe
looser.
But because normally you will see that stitch popped out.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And I wish you was here with me, so I'd make you go all the way down there and get it and bring it on back.
Yeah, I wish I knew how to do that. I mean, I'm not happy with the tension on this because I can see through this, and it's a DK non-superwash wool. And I'm using the right needle number.
What size needle you using?
Well, I'm using, it's my other question. The Chow-Goo Knit Red size 7. And I'm going to actually go down to a size 6 and make the same swatch again, just to see if it helps, my tension with the smaller needle.
That was the next thing we're going to talk about. Did you realize what type of knitter you are?
Well, I think I'm loose.
There you go.
Yeah.
You loose.
So, yeah, a little loose. But the other question is, what's the difference between the Chow-Goo lace and the knit reds? Is it just the tip of the needle on the lace is a little sharper, or is there actually, like, if you buy a size 6 in the lace and then a size 6 in the knit red, what's the difference? Just the tip of the needle?
Just the
And
tip.
Yeah, it's the
Just the
sharp
tip, okay.
of the tip.
Okay,
I'm
so I
glad
thought,
y'all-
it's
'cause I
weird because
didn't.
this knit red has like a little, like bend in the needle.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't like that, but I don't know.
Me neither.
Yeah,
I have a
okay.
pair of those, one pair, and I make sure I get the right pair from now on.
I think I learned my lesson with that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I just like the laces much better, but I'm going to redo this and I'm going to go down a size and see if I can tighten this up because I just don't like, you know, I can kind of see my hand through it a little bit and I don't like that.
Right. Right. And you said yours, what DK did you use?
This is,
I don't have DK.
says British DK 3.75 to 4.5 mm for the needle size.
And what size do the needles tell you should use on the label?
3 to, that's it.
Yeah, that was
Oh, they
the
did tell
range.
you the 3.5?
Yep.
3.75 to 4.5, and I used a 4.5, so I'm going to go down to a 4.
Okay, 6.
To see if it fixes the see-through problem.
Right.
You know, I started a project last night in DK, a slightly different mix, but I started it on 4.0 millimeter needles, so a size 6.
Right.
And that's funny because I have the Woolwise, the Shepjes that we carry.
Yeah.
And I'm using a size 8.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
yours is a lot tighter, and my seed stitch certainly didn't come out quite as distinct as yours did. So I think it's just I'm just knitting too loosely.
I have a
This is
Worcester yarn
smaller
and I'm
than-
using US 6.
Okay.
And that's something we're gonna touch on very deeply in next month. It's the making the fabric you like. Like you just express, you don't like that fabric.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with your stitches. You got your knit, you got your pearls, you got. Sometimes that's maybe the main reason you swatch, to find out that perfect material that you want to make for that garment. And sometimes you may find out that the yarn you're swatching, you don't even like it for that project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found that interesting that I never thought about that before.
Right. But you know,
So-
the minute I say swatch, everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, she wants us to
So
swatch."
if you do a swatch, you feel like the fabric is too loose. You go down and you get the fabric that you want. Do you have to adjust the pattern then accordingly?
You can either adjust the pattern or the size.
Right. Or
Like
change your size.
Yeah. And that's what all this algebraic equations in the next chapter is going to show you. Like no matter what, when you gauge swatch a pattern, most people think I'm trying to get the gauge that the pattern is.
Yeah, no.
You know, they get so focused on I need to get 32 stitches per 4 inches. When sometimes 32 inches per 4 inches is not it could be see-through on the fabric you're on. So now what you need to do is determine when I make the fabric I want, and I'm going to make that gauge fit the size I need to make.
Right.
And that's why we have the 9 equations
Okay.
that we're going to go through.
Okay.
Equation by equation, no matter how much it hurts me.
Now, Kim,
So
I
we can
haven't looked ahead. But do you know, does it talk in this book where you find a sweater or something you want to make, but it doesn't come in your size? Well, is there anything in this book that talks about how you would do the math to grade it to yourself, or is that a completely different subject?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I can't say yes and I can't say no. I haven't read the whole book. I
Okay.
haven't been through both book and exercises. I'm about chapter 3. I try to stay ahead just a little bit
Okay.
of us, but I can't imagine this going through pattern grading. And the book being this thick.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole lot that goes into pattern grading. Because even if you get the width you want and make it fit, let's say the length is off. Like, and you don't want your chest to start up here.
Right.
Because like, it's a whole lot that goes into grading.
Okay.
And I've done some little tricks for myself because it used to be patterns only went up to a certain size.
Mm-hmm.
And I would be determined to make them. Oh, this pattern, it's going to fit me.
I didn't get to 57. Huh?
Like, but you have to take into a lot of things like armholes and I don't think this book.
Say splitting for sleeves, you would definitely have to adjust.
Yes.
Okay. You answered my question for sure.
Yes.
Well, and a lot of times knitters will outsource the grading part because not everybody can do all that math and understand when you make a larger size, you just don't add stitches.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, and some people, and then you had a neck, it'd be this big around your head, and they're wondering, well, why doesn't it fit? Well, neck is the same size as yours.
Well, and I'm also a big fan of supporting pattern writers that are size inclusive.
Absolutely.
From very small to very large.
Now, one thing it does touch in here is like, nobody's size is the same. Like, nobody is the brick house, the 36, 24, 36 that some of the patterns may adhere to. So let's say the pattern does have different sizes. You may be able to use those different sizes to fit you perfectly. So I can go to the size 2XL for my waist, but I'm gonna need that full XL for my breasts.
Right.
Like, so it can tell you like how to make adjustments within the sizes that they give you in order to fit you better. She does kind of like little lightweight touch on that. Yeah.
Well, and I'm not sure if she talks about this, but I've heard many podcasters talk about like measure your favorite fitting top.
Yes.
And, then use that for the measurements you need for the sweater that you're going to knit.
Yeah. And I think that turns out a whole lot better sometimes than measuring your body.
Yeah.
Although I would say even when you measure that like that, still know your measurements.
Yeah, for sure.
So when you when you measure the sweater and you're looking like, okay, my bust is a 36, but this sweater is a 38. I'm gonna need some ease in there. So it allows you to go to the size that's got that much ease that you need for your bust size. Yep.
Well, and I would also say, like, when I've measured myself and I've had like a trusted friend measure me, it was different. So I would say have somebody else measure you.
Do you remember? Well, I'm dating myself, but when you could go into the department store and buy brassieres and they would measure you.
Yeah.
And it would be nowhere near the bra size you usually. Like.
That's another thing too when you're measuring yourself. It depends on what undergarments you have on.
Yeah.
And you don't always wear the same undergarment under the sweater that you measured yourself with.
And you definitely need the undergarment on.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, people measure themselves and they don't have the undergarment on. Well, it's yeah. And you wonder, well, why can't I button my sweater?
Right.
Right. Yep. So any other things you caught from this lesson?
Doing the garter in the purl was much different than my knit. I mean, not huge, but I could tell it was bigger in my. I was surprised by that because I did like, oh, it's just going to be the same. And all of a sudden, I'm like, why is it not the same?
Right.
Your knit garter was bigger than your purl garter?
No, my purl garter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my purl garter. And it was fluffier and prettier.
Yes, mine too.
Yeah, I like the look of it. I was like, I
too.
never would have thought to have done this, but I like the look of it.
At all. And I think it was the sweater out a couple of years ago where they wanted you to purl the whole sweater or something important. And I was like, ain't no way in the world. I'm gonna put this sat up and knit this. Had I known why they wanted me, well, that's why they wanted me to purl it. Look at these stitches.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't. Andrea Mallory has a reverse stockinette.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
We see now why. Yeah, because it's a much prettier stitch than just the knit stitch garter.
That was one of the reasons I didn't do that when I thought I'm going to purl a whole sweater.
Right. I'm not doing that. Absolutely not. And I think Stephen West had a sweater where you had to purl the whole sleeves or something. I canceled the whole sweater. Like, no, that's not what we're going to do. I'm not going to purl the whole sleeves.
But it turns out prettier.
Yep. And now I see why. Like, okay, I get it. Sometimes I may need to listen just a little. Just a little bit.
I'm so glad we're recording.
Oh
this.
My goodness.
For posterity's sake, this is great.
Confessions.
Oh yeah.
That was AI. That was AI. That wasn't me. Yep. So we go on to chapter 2. We have another swatch for chapter 2 that make sure you read chapter 2 in the book first, or you will come back and tell me you don't know what the heck these people are talking about in this worksheet. Okay. Also, I told you last time about the little things. These little like symbol things right here.
Let me spotlight you, Kim. Hold on.
Okay. Okay. That little thing right here.
Yeah.
It refers back to a chapter in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Does it tell you where this chapter is? No, it does not. Oh.
And it's not always in the same chapter.
It is not.
Dig.
That's what I was about to say too, because it's chapter 2. Some of these references are in chapter 6.
Right.
Like Patty, what are we thinking? So make sure, like, when you get to those little things, find the section it's talking about, because it will better help you understand what the heck they're talking about.
There is an index in the back of the book that you can kind of find your subject matter.
Yeah, sometimes
it's real slim down. It's not.
Yeah, I was going to say that, because one of the sections says the space between stitches. You can't look that up in the index. There's nothing in there that says space between stitches. And I said, okay, well, it's got to be a chapter in this book. So I go through, and it's on page 43. So I just wrote it down in my book, because it's my book. And it'll show you a whole chapter on the space between stitches.
Okay.
So it'll kind of help you get through your exercises, because you got that swatch. Because if not, that swatch is not going to make any sense to you.
So Kim, she told us not to, Patty Lyons said not to take the first swatch off the needles.
No, leave it on the needles. We're going to pick it up again in chapter 6.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
we do an entirely different swatch.
Yes.
For number 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wait, do I put this on barber cord then, or what do I do with this?
Say, if you want to put it on spare yarn or barber cord or something, so you can use your same needles, you can do that.
Yeah. Okay.
But it definitely has. She also tells you to cast on the amount of stitches on your gauge on the yarn. So like my yarn is
plus 12.
Yeah, but 22. My yarn is 22. So they want you to cast on 22 plus 12 extra stitches.
Wait, is that on the label where it says
your yarn label?
Yep, they're on your yarn label.
Okay, so mine has a grid and it says 20 to 23 stitches.
Yep.
And then add 12 to it?
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Add 12 to it. It'll also show you what size needles you're supposed to be using.
I'm using the right needles.
I was just gonna say, could we at some point after we, gone through this, learn everything that's on a label? Because there's a lot of information there that I didn't know.
There is. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, Woo. I'm gonna set you up for that class, so Woo will teach us all of these.
You're going to be missing a lot, guys.
Put all of these stitches on the label. But yeah, we can do that. Absolutely. Like the grams versus like because your actual gauge for the yarn is on the label. How many stitches you should get horizontally as well as vertically. So yeah, the weight of your yarn is on here. It's a lot of stuff on here. It's a little big label.
Yeah, the care instructions often.
Yeah, your washing instructions, like which ones should it go on? Should it be ironed? Should it be washed? And
Sometimes they're in a different language.
yeah.
And
Sometimes.
you have to do Google Translate.
Yep.
Also, FYI for the future, you're going to have a lot of swatches going. So you're going to either want to have some waste yarn or barber cords or more cables.
Stitch holders.
Stitch holders,
cables. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of swatches in there. So I think 13 I counted. Yeah, it's a lot of swatches we're going to be doing, but they'll all be worth it. They will all be worth it. Especially the one you're going to do in chapter 2 with this gauge thing. You're going to learn a lot. Yeah, we're going to learn a lot.
Kim, what is the date for our next meeting?
It is the 15th.
15th of which month?
October.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
If you look on page 11 for swatch number 2, it says cast on the number of stitches on your yarn ball band plus 8. And then when you look on page 30, it says swatch number 2, and that's where it's telling you to cast on 12 more stitches than the gauge on the ball band. So is it 8 or 12?
Okay, wait a minute. Where you see?
Yeah,
Okay, tell me where the first one was.
So on page 11, when it talks about
Are you in the book or the workbook?
the workbook.
Workbook.
Oh, I
Page
see.
11.
Yeah.
I caught that too, Barbara.
It says swatch list.
I think
and
it was
here
a typo.
8.
Yeah, I think it's
And then on page 30, it's 12. So should we do the 12?
I'm going to say do the 12.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Good eye.
I'm going to say do the 12 because I heard her say do 12. So yeah, 12. I never seen that in there. I would change it in your book and put 12.
Yeah.
So that that's a good catch, Barbara. They need you to be a tech editor.
I'm
I
a
feel
rule
like writing her
follower.
now. Yep, I feel like reaching out to her now. Look, girl, fix the book. But yeah, I would do the 12.
I just looked up, there's a errata for the book and it should be plus 12. That was a misprint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you find that, Pam?
It's on davidandcharles.com. That's the publisher. And there are actually there's like 6 or 7 errors.
Can you send those to me?
I will.
Screenshot it and send it to me.
I will. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Good. It's all because of Barbara.
That's right. I always look for errata in a pattern. It never occurred to me to look for a book, but yeah, but there is, yeah. So it's davidandcharles.com if you're looking. And you can look up official workbook errata, ERRATA.
What was that again? David and what?
davidandcharles.com. They're the publishers.
It's at the beginning of the book or workbook.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So Kim, the homework is to do everything in chapter 2 of the workbook on a new swatch.
Yes. And read chapter 2 in your book. Yeah.
Got it.
It'll make it easier for you because if you try to read the workbook first, I mean, it's not going to make sense.
Yeah.
It's not going to make sense.
And you have to block swatch 2.
No.
Yeah, you do.
What?
Oh,
where does it say that?
Swatch 2 you have to block.
I don't.
Well, if it's about gauge, then yes, you probably will have to block.
But they
Yeah.
didn't tell us in the exercise.
You
That
do
must
the
have been-
exercise and then at the end you have to block it.
Oh, I gotta say, because I looked through the exercise, I didn't see where it said block.
At the very
Yeah.
end, yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
we
you gotta
block
do
it on the
some-
needles? Like keep it on the needles and dip it in the water?
I'm
You have
sorry,
to take
where
your
are you?
measurements first before you block it.
Okay.
And then you have to take your
Mhm.
measurements afterwards after you block it as well.
Okay.
That's on page 33 in the workbook
Yeah.
if you're looking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I do see now. Unblock gauge, block gauge. Okay. I didn't think they would say block because
Mhm.
this is going to end up in the round, but I guess they do. Yep. Thanks, Dan. Any other questions?
You do tutoring now outside of class?
No, absolutely not. I'm a professional. I don't do that.
As a professional, that seems one of those things you should be doing.
Well, maybe in exchange for like a project bag.
Or
in your-
like
Oh, so
quilt.
bribery works?
A quilt. I'm just saying.
Right.
Whoa, that's pretty
I'll be
steep.
happy to help you anytime, Ingrid. Yeah, you don't even need an appointment, baby.
Oh. So at 6 a.m. is going to work for you?
Girl.
Oh, yeah,
Pushing it.
afternoon, after 12 p.m.
Thank you, Kendra.
I'll add one thing. I actually happen to have not the workbook, but the regular book. I actually bought it on my Kindle. And you can search for things. So if you are looking for one of the little bag of tricks and you're not finding it in the book, if you email me or call me at the shop, I'll do a search and tell you what page it's on.
Oh.
I just happened to look for one and I just typed in and it took me right to the page.
Right to the page.
That's awesome.
I know.
So you got the cheat sheet.
I got a little cheat sheet, but I'm happy to share the cheat sheet is my point. So if you can't find something or you have a question and you can't get a hold of Kim, email me at the shop or call or something and I'm happy to try to help. So yeah.
Let me see if I can do this on the Kindle on mine.
I never even
Oh, you sure
thought
can.
I never even thought to put it on my Kindle.
Me either.
Well, I kind of have the library copy and the books.
Yeah.
So, and you can search. Let's see, I'll search. I'm gonna tell Pastor.
Actually, there is a errata for both the book and the workbook.
Mine doesn't work. Oh well.
Okay. Well, if I can help, I'm happy to. So
Yeah, my library version said no. You're not gonna search anything. You're gonna look for it yourself. Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Well, if there's no additional questions, I'll see you guys on the 15th.
Yes,
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye,
Hi,
everybody.
thanks, Kim.
Good night,
Thank
everybody.
you, Kim.
Good
Thank you,
night. Yes.
Kim, for hosting.
Yep,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
See you next
All
time.
right. Good to see you, Pam.